Hey Deckers, Liam here again with a fresh game tip for you as we have a bit of a win here from Ubisoft because they recently upgraded For Honor to support easy anti-cheat on Linux, and so it now works on the Steam Deck officially. All you need to do is ensure you have Proton Experimental selected for it and have Proton Experimental up to date, as there was a brief issue with the Ubisoft Connect failing to update, which Valve just recently solved in Proton Experimental. Because of course, all the big publishers sure do love to have their extra launchers. Anyway, thanks to Valve's hard work fixing it up in Proton, we are all good. Now, for this game specifically, I'm going to recommend that you drop it to the medium graphics preset, as it seems to be set to extreme out of the box, which is a little bit ridiculous. I'll also just suggest turning off motion blur and turn off the in-game VSync and just keep it locked to 60 FPS via the Steam Deck's performance menu for the best overall experience. Now, you will only get about 2 hours on the battery, but for a reasonably graphically and action-intense game, that's generally about where I would expect it to be without deep diving into TDB settings and adjusting every individual thing that you can. I've played a good number of hours on it now to see that medium overall just gives it good performance on the Steam Deck. For Honor is a bloody difficult game as well, since I'm new to it. It only started working recently and just everyone has been kicking my butt, something fierce in it, but I absolutely love the duels in this. Whether it's the one-on-one or the two-on-two, it's so much fun trying out the different characters and just trying to take other players down. Now, clearly I'm not very good. I am a total noob, as they say, but it's so easy just to jump into a game of For Honor and battle other people or the AI for practice and just have a good time. And thankfully, it's a pretty active game with multiple thousands of people playing at any time according to Steam. And going by the charts on Steam database, the player base has sort of leveled out, so it doesn't look like it's going to go away anytime soon. A lot of people enjoy this game. There's quite a few different game modes in this, on top of the duels, like Breach, which is ridiculously intense, as one team attempts to storm the castle. It's just brutal, and I love it. But I've also been playing through the Dominion mode, where you're just capturing objectives while fighting off various NPCs and a bunch of other players that are running around as well. I'm going to be playing a whole lot more of this now that it works so well on the Steam Deck. Even in the big battle modes, the performance on medium is still really good overall, so I'm pretty damn happy with it there. Now, Valve have actually rated it as Steam Deck playable, as there are a couple of issues keeping it from being fully verified. The first one being the Ubisoft Connect launcher just being an absolute nuisance. It will need a mixture of either touchscreen or like emulated mouse input to actually tap into the login fields, and you also need to manually bring up the on-screen keyboard. It is a real pain to get into at the start. Some of the text can be a little bit small as well, and the game also will not exit cleanly, so you will need to force close it, otherwise you'll just have a sort of blank Steam screen. Basically, Ubisoft have done the absolute bare minimum to get it to work by enabling easy anti-cheat for Linux, but they haven't really done anything else. The rest of the heavy lifting to actually make the game work is all thanks to Valve with the Proton compatibility layer. You have to remember, For Honor is a game that was built for Windows, so you are running a Windows version of the game on Steam Deck with SteamOS through Proton, which translates it into something Linux understands. But it's just amazing that you can get games like this performing so well, or even working at all. One issue that I did encounter though when testing it out on different screens with my dock is that my 8-bit dual Ultimate controller, the left trigger to sort of lock onto enemy players, kept turning off, so it was a bit weird and it just wasn't working. But my Xbox wired controller worked perfectly fine, and the Steam Deck controls, the built-in Steam Deck controls, work perfectly fine as well, so it's just a little bit odd at times with external controllers. It's funny really, when Ubisoft initially enabled this support and put it on a free weekend, their CD key server wasn't actually working, so no one who was playing on the free weekend or bought it during the sale could actually get in. So not only do we have issues with extra launchers at times, but we can have third-party key issues too. When will companies learn that their extra launchers and DRM is just bad? Probably never, obviously. Aside from my grumbles about that though, they did eventually fix it, and For Honor is properly fun on the Steam Deck now that it works. Actually, I do have to say, I am really surprised at how well it performs. Even on the medium settings, it looks really good, and being able to play For Honor in bed on the Steam Deck, that's just plain awesome. At least I think so. The Steam Deck just continues to get better over time thanks to more big games coming along and supporting it, all the Proton upgrades to make games work even better, and then SteamOS upgrades to come. You know, we're really getting spoiled for choice on the amount of games that we can play on Steam Deck now, don't you think? Anyway, that's it for my quick Steam Deck news tip today. I'm just really happy to see another fun multiplayer title like For Honor now actually working properly, because it is such an insane amount of fun. So if you do pick it up, be sure to let me know how you get on with it. Be sure to leave the video a like, comment, and tell me how you're getting on with your Steam Deck, and I will see you later.